working as a chemist for quite a while, and then one day it just hit me that I don't want to work as a chemist, in the lab with dealing with chemicals and being exposed with all that hot those chemicals. It's just bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for your body, and you're also inhaling it. I was also inhaling those chemicals. It was just, yeah, it was just bad. And then yeah, so I stopped doing that. I decided not to do that anymore. I decided to go on a different career path, and then started doing sales. I started doing sales door to door for AT&T, and T, and I obtained my insurance license. I was going to do that, and I was knocking on doors of opportunities, trying to figure out the right vehicle, right? Trying to really see what else is out there for me. And again, guys, I came from a scientific background. I went to school 4.5 years on science, and I did that just to impress other people. But at the end of the day, I wasn't truly happy with what I was doing. I came home miserable, tired, and I feel like I didn't have a sense of purpose, and then yeah. So, but when I started, learning about sales and like different skills to improve myself as a person, my communication skills, people skills, and it opened up more opportunities. But I still wanted to see what is right for me. And then of course, I came across this wonderful opportunity of digital entrepreneurship, and ever since I loved it. I love helping people, you know, sharing the business, and then I realized that at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about I found out my why through this opportunity. I found out, with the people I connected myself with, I positioned myself with like-minded individuals, such as you guys, and it just opened up a lot more doors. And now I'm able to think a lot bigger, much sooner. I learned different skill sets. It's just amazing. And then, um, I'm doing that, for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Uh, and then I was on one day. It was me, Jen, Katie. We were just doing a mastermind. We're just talking amongst each other, and we and then I shared about my brother. My brother, he struggles with mental health, and then that's when that was my breakthrough moment, because you know I came up with the idea that we should create a mental awareness community, a mental health community, because I know there's other individuals out there that are also suffering, also supporting as well. So I wanted to create this community of people that are very supportive about that subject. And then Jen introduced me to Steph. She was so happy and grateful that she got me on a call with you, and the rest is history. We started just brainstorming, and then we decided to do calls like this, for you guys, and for all of us to get to know each other, and to interact, and to just create this community, because I see a vision in this, and we created a vision statement. That's how serious we are. We created a mission and vision statement for this, and core values, because we want to lead with that in mind. All right. So I want to share the vision statement, for some of you guys that don't know, that are new. And I see Amber that just joined. Welcome, Amber. Drive safe. And yeah, and I see Andrea just joined. Dahlia, welcome. Um, but yeah, so I want to share the vision statement. So the vision statement is to provide a positive environment that allows individuals to heal and gain self-awareness. Okay, that's our vision statement. And our mission statement is to improve mental well-being for all individuals through education, support, and advocacy. All right, that's our mission statement, and we're going to keep that in mind. All right. So, and again, guys, like, just having this, and being able to like interact with Steph, and just work with her, alongside with her, it makes me want to go even further. There was one night I texted Steph like at 3 in the morning. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, so excited. I couldn't go to sleep. Like, yo, I have so many ideas with this. Like, yo, we should do this. Yo, what do you think about this logo? What we should color it? Like when I say that, I'm so excited about like the future of this, and like how, like, I want this to be a bigger community. Like, reach hundreds and hundreds of individuals, right, from all around the world. And this is just the beginning, and yeah, so I'm excited for this. So, and also our core values, we gotta keep that. We gotta lead that with, and we gotta lead with our core values. Our communication, empathy, integrity, love, happiness. All right, those are our core values. So, but yeah, and Steph, you got any thoughts? Anything you want to say? Anything?
I guess I'll go ahead and introduce myself and kind of go along with what Carlos is saying and, our goals with this community. So hello, everyone. Some of you may already know me. I'm Stephanie Perez. I'm also 27 years young. I'm a part of the Cancer Gang. I saw some of you throwing that up. So my birthday is July 17th, and I'm very big into horoscopes. So I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I moved to North Carolina for college. So I was, gosh, how old? We were what? Yeah, I'm 18, 17, 18. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we moved here around like 18 and I started my journey here in North Carolina and I'm currently still here. So I've been here for about 10 years now. And I studied psychology pre-med in undergraduate, thought I wanted to become a doctor. And then I was like, okay, maybe I want to do physician assistant. I worked in the medical field and still am as a medical assistant. And I just realized that this is not for me. It was completely draining me. And I just didn't like the way that doctors were caring for their patients. And a lot of it was basically having patients come in, and it was more about the money, not really caring about a plan, like a long term plan. It was just like, okay, you have blood pressure issues. Let me give you a pill to help cure that blood pressure, but not really going deeper into seeing, like, okay, I have all of these issues. Is there an underlying stress component or depression, anxiety? What else could be causing this mentally? So, being that I did have that psych background in undergraduate, it was always a thought of mine to get into this field. And I decided to go ahead and pursue my master's while my husband was deployed. So it finally hit me. I was like, I need to do something with my life. This is not where I want to be. And I was like, okay, I'm going to apply. And I got in and I'm on my second year now. So I have one more year to go to finish my master's in mental health counseling. So I am currently counseling some individuals. Um, and it's really exciting, it's really thrilling, and the vision and the mission that Carlos and I have and that I have is basically being able to provide a safe and open environment for people to talk about their mental health issues, or if they have family members that they're caring for, any grief, any loss, basically anything that comes up, unexpected trauma that you guys want to talk about. This is a safe place that you guys can freely talk about. We also have a chat that we will drop in the chat a little bit in just a little bit. I'll go ahead and copy and paste that once I'm done here. And this chat, we basically drop other helpful tools, techniques that might help you. And we also disclose more personal things about us. In terms of mental health, I have personally struggled with my own anxiety and depression. I had really bad panic attacks when I moved to North Carolina. So I am on my own healing journey with maybe a lot of you. Yes, yep. So maybe with a lot of you too. And my mom also has borderline personality disorder. So I grew up taking care of her. It was very, very difficult, is very difficult. So just having that perspective, that's also what kind of guided me into wanting to be in the mental health community and helping others and opening up environments like this, because I wish I would have had something like this when I was going through those things. And there wasn't as many resources as there are now. So I'm just really grateful for this. I hope that you guys love it as much as we do. And our goal, again, is just for you guys to be open and honest. If you need anything, you can message us privately, or again, utilize a chat as much as you like. And I will turn it back to Carlos.
Thank you so much, Steph, for sharing that. And yes, absolutely. And I'm going to dive into it, the topic. And so tonight's topic is how to attain a wise mind. All right, reacting versus responding. Okay, and Steph's going to go over what is exactly the wise mind, right? But on my part, I'm going to be going over reacting versus responding, and subjective control. Something that I read on the Power of Awareness, chapter 12. But it's definitely a game changer. I've been reading that chapter, only that chapter before I go to bed, and it's truly inspiring and it helps. So, all right, so reaction. Okay, we tend to react most of the time, and and let's be real, guys. I'm going to be transparent, and reaction is very instant. Is we do things without even thinking sometimes unconsciously, and so it's driven by beliefs and biases, right? Because of how we were how we were raised, and how we grew up. Our paradigm, right? A paradigm is it's a mental program that has almost exclusive control of our habitual behavior. Okay, that's what a paradigm is. Okay, and it's all in our subconscious. It's repetition. The way we think, the way we behave. Our feelings are it all comes into effect. All right, but in this case, it comes from our unconscious mind. This 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 action of reacting towards outside circumstances that we don't have no control. Okay, and so like today, when I was working, I work from home. I do sales from home, and I work for a publishing company. And I'm on the calls all day, every day. I speak with so many different individuals, different backgrounds, and like mostly a lot of elderly people, and some are very negative and very just rude sometimes on the phone, and like, bro, like, you don't know me. Why are you talking to me this way? And like that's what, like, sometimes I catch myself like in my thoughts, like, yo, why are they reacting towards me this way? I'm like so nice and so gentle. Am I doing my job? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they still like are so negative. I don't understand why, and I realize that it's not me, it's them. It's a reflection of themselves, right? And how they are, and I have no control of that. So um and it's a reaction that it's survival oriented. Maybe you don't know what they're going through, and then I catch myself, I'd be like, okay, that's how they are. That's their perception, and that's their reality, and whatever they say is a reflection of themselves. They express hate, anger. It's because of themselves, their experiences, how they what they went through, in their lives. There are some people that I talk to that's been in the military, and especially those veterans that they went through a lot, and all I can do is express sympathy, and just express love, and just be respectful no matter what the circumstance is. And so and and then they would respond to me sometimes positive in a positive way, but most of the time they'd be like, they stay quiet, and they just continue on, just expressing their anger. But I notice those two different types of people, like, you know, like when they say, some people are polite and they say, no, I'm not interested, right? On what you have to offer, I'm not interested. But they respond, right? They respond like on a positive manner instead of being negative, right? And so, and it's so, like, it's just crazy to even observe that, and so today, like, I caught myself just in my head, like, I was like, in my thoughts, I was like, you know why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing it? Why am I like, just why am I even doing this job? Why am I on this phone call with this person that's treating me so bad, and I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. But, like, do I deserve this? Like, do I really deserve this? Like, do I deserve to like to even, like, deal with this person that's being so negative to me, and I'm just, like, doing my best to be positive and, like, polite and provide service, because there's like, and then and then again, like after that, I'll be like, yo, like, you know why you're doing this. Okay. This is for you to build up your character, right? I'm and I'll talk to myself sometimes. Like I'll speak out loud. You know, I won't. I'll like because if I deal with all the things in my mind, if I deal with everything in my mind, in my head, I'll be driving crazy. But whenever I actually like go in front of the mirror and just speak to myself, like literally speak to myself, be like, yo, you got this. Like, you know why you're doing this. Like, don't doubt yourself. Like, that's what I tell myself. Don't doubt yourself. Like, keep moving forward. It is what it is. It's not. Don't take it personal. Do not take everything personal. Okay. Like, and I just keep going, guys. Like, and because at the end of the day, I'm providing service for others. And I'm also building up my skill set of communication. And so I look at the bright things, at the bright side of things. Whenever with everything that I do, I look at the bright things now, and I also I gain that self-awareness within myself. Like whenever I catch myself thinking negative, I'm aware and be like, yo, that's a negative side of me. That's my ego edging God over. That's what ego means, edging God over. All right. And there's a God within you, within every single one of you guys, there's a God. Okay. So, and you are a God. Okay. And so with that awareness, that's the first step. That's recognition of what you're saying to yourself. What are you really saying to yourself? You become what you think about most of the time. Like whatever you speak, words are very powerful. Your tongue is very powerful. And um so and it might turn out okay in the moment when you react towards some things. It might turn out okay, but then later on you'll regret it. Like you'll regret saying, "Oh man, I wish I wouldn't have said that. I wish I would have said something differently." Then we start feeling guilty of ourselves and just bad, and we'll attract negative things into our lives by just talking negative. You know, so whenever you catch yourself in that mindset in that way, then just as long as you're aware and you accept, you're able to overcome that and just move on. Next time, you're you're only you're improving yourself. Get 1% better every single day. We're not perfect. We're human beings. We're not perfect at all. But there is something within every single one of us. We have a gift. Okay, that's something that I noticed. Like, like whenever, because whenever I'm in my meditation, whenever I do my deep work, when I read or when I journal, like I I do believe that you know I can express myself in so many ways in my imagination. But when it comes down to the physical reality, the physical world, whenever we put into action, it's like it's it becomes like difficult sometimes to even express yourself in that way. You know, is that making sense? Is that making sense? Drop a 111. Does that make sense? Like you whenever you meditate, whenever you do your morning routine, and you imagine yourself being the person that you want to become, but when it comes down to into our like into the physical, like in our physical, like in our reality, like right now, it's hard. It's hard, but it's doable. Like it's possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And because before, guys, like I would hesitate. I would even like I'll be so nervous just to be on a call, on a live, just sharing my story. This is right now I'm being uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable to me, but I do it anyways because it is not about me. It's not about me, and that's something that I realize. It's not about me. It's about it's about impact for others, being there for others. And so I know I went on a rant right there, but so back to reaction, like the state of reaction. Okay, so I know, like, for example, Amber, she's right, she's driving right now. Amber, I know we all deal with it. We all deal with stuff. You know, whenever we go out, we like during our drive, we, let's say for example we're stuck on traffic, or like somebody like cuts in, you know, on the same lane, like we get angry. We tend to like react because they cut, right? They cut in like into our own lane, and or we're stuck in traffic and we're late to work. You know, we're in a rush. You know what I'm saying? Like we, because I catch myself doing that sometimes. Like whenever there's somebody like just like um flicks me off, or just like is just driving recklessly in front of me, I'll be like, yo, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but like if we change the way we look at things, and the things we look at will begin to change. What if that person is in a rush? What if that person's in an emergency? They're rushing to the hospital. You never know what the other person's going through. You know what I'm saying? So like, so instead of reacting, we got to respond towards something, towards that situation, right? So like whatever's going on outside, whatever's going on in front of you, how other people are behaving or acting, it's not because of you. It's that's their reality. You know what I'm saying? That's their reality. So if somebody, you know, cuts you in, and you're not even like you're not even aware of it, but if somebody like just like hits you and it surprises you, then don't take it personal. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just keep moving forward. Um, but yeah, and then when it comes down to responding, like usually that's usually when you respond, it comes slowly. Like what I mean by that is that like you think before you act. Like you think like you ecologically, all right. Um, and pretty much what that means is um you are more ecological towards that situation, meaning that it takes into consideration. It takes into consideration the well-being of not only you but those around you. All right. Remember, guys, don't let your emotions overcome your thinking. Your thinking mind. Your emotions are emotions, two separate things. And your thinking mind, you're thinking logically. Now you'll know. You'll take the time and reflect and observe what's going on around you. Okay. So then you'll respond in a certain way by saying to yourself, or hey, like, you know, hey, like, this is what I see. This is what I'm observing right now. Okay, I'm gonna look at the good thing. I'm gonna look at the good, at the right side of things, or the positive side of things, instead of reacting in a negative way, or seeing it in a negative state. So look at it as an opportunity, or look at it as a blessing. If it's a failure, if it's something that's out of your control, what if that failure, that whatever you're going through, that challenge is an opportunity for you to get you one step closer to your next blessing. You know, what if that what if your business got shut down, or what if you got fired from a job? What if that is an opportunity for you to find a better job? You know what I'm saying? So instead of looking at the negative, learn how to respond and say, okay, I got fired. Like literally, that's what happened to me. I got fired from my last job. Right, I got fired, and instead of reacting in a negative way, like, oh man, I got fired, f this, like, you know, like I deserve better. Like instead of reacting that way, I look at the bright side of things. I'm like, yo, this is an opportunity for me to focus more on my business, and also I'll probably find a better job with better pay. And that's exactly what happened. I got a better job with a better pay. I was able. I'm working from home. I'm getting paid better. It gives me more time to work on my business too. So when we come to a realization that everything around it that's not happening to us is happening for us. It's happening for us. not to us. When we realize that, it's like, yo, all these like situations going on, like this is for me to grow, for me to elevate to the next level. It's all about perspective. It's all perspective. When we shift our perspective, we shift our life, like we shift our mindset, we change our lives. Like as soon as I shifted my perspective on how I look at things, everything changed for me. And it's easier said than done, but at the same time, like when we're aware of that, like awareness is something that we cannot lose. All right. And when you focus on yourself, your deep work, like when your meditation, whatever you gotta do to bring peace within you, all right, everything else will change around you. And I want to read subjective control, all right, chapter 12. All right, chapter 12, The Power of Awareness, by Neville Goddard. I highly recommend you guys check out this book. So valuable. The Power of Awareness. Um, and I started reading this chapter like before I go to bed every night. It's just one, literally just one page. Um, and it says here, your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. All right. And all progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and concentration of your attention. Okay. So what you focus on grows, all right? What you focus on grows. Attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. Okay. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. All right. The very lines of this page are attracting your attention from without. So most of the time, 95% of the people in this earth, in this world, we tend to react, we tend to focus our attention to outside conditions and circumstances. Okay. Attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. Okay. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but it is constantly directed to external impressions. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent. So when he talks about the objective state and the subjective state, the objective state is your conscious mind, okay, your thinking mind, your logic mind, and the subjective state is your subconscious mind. Okay, it's two different things. You have your thinking mind and your emotional mind. All right. So for in this state, attention is usually the servant, not the master, the passenger and not the navigator of your world. There's an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively. All right. And the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. And by latter, that means period of time. When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. So when you focus your attention in the subjectively, right? So let's say you are focusing from within instead of from without. Okay, you are focused on your thoughts, on your feelings. Okay, so in this state, but this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. Okay, you cannot control your subjective state if you are constantly if your attention is constantly attracted from without. Okay, each day set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and focusing it subjectively. So it says here, he's saying that each day set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world, right, the outside circumstances, and focusing it subjectively, right? So that's what I do. Like every night before I go to bed, I detach myself. Like I disconnect everything. I put away my phone. I close my laptop, and I just focus. Right? How am I feeling at the end of the day? Right? And I focus on the feeling, on my thoughts. So I withdraw my attention from the objective world, not focusing it subjectively. In other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. Then those things that now restrict you will fade and drop away. So when you're feeling frustrated, stressed all day, disconnect to reconnect. All right, you gotta do that. Disconnect to reconnect. The day you achieve control of the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you are a master of your fate. You will no longer accept the dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. Having achieved control of the movements of your attention and having discovered the mystery hid from the ages that Christ in you is your imagination, right? You will assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. All right. And there's a quote by Neville Goddard, like it was so powerful the other day I read it. He said that if imagination is not reality, then it's nonfiction, something like that. But he's saying that imagination, when you use your power of imagination, everything will open up for you. Like that's our higher faculty. That's one of our higher faculties is our imagination. Okay. I'm gonna pass it on to Steph in a bit here, but guys, practice the use of imagination. Like when you visualize, when you just focus on building that faculty. Okay. And imagination is a gift, and we have that. Not a lot of people are aware of that. Not a lot of people realize that. And Bob Proctor said this. He said that we are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. Think about that. We are weak. Our only weakness as human beings is limited of attention and poverty of imagination. We are limited on our attention, and we are very poverty on our imagination side. So we have to just focus on our attention from within, right? As within, so without. Okay, and learn how to use our power of imagination. Okay, imagine yourself that you're happy and you're healthy, your family's happy and healthy, like everything around you is working for you. Your blessings are coming, you're gonna experience quantum leaps. Like, start experiencing those things in your imagination and start having that feeling and the wish fulfilled. Right? Live right now, your present moment. Live in that state of gratitude, happiness, peace. Like I said, it's easier said than done. As long as we're aware, guys, as long as we're aware of those things, like it can change everything for us. And that's something that I know is like within myself. Like I'm aware whenever I'm like negative, but then I'll immediately just gratitude. I'm grateful to have the job. I'm grateful for water. I'm grateful. All right. And the more we express our gratitude, the more we express love and happiness to others, then the more that we're going to receive in return. The same feelings, the same blessings, opportunities, circumstances, and situations in your lives that will bring you that same feeling.